you think about the shove and that moment that happened on stage?
Oh, I'm turning on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13?
I don't know, but made me feel more excited.
Love it.
I'm gonna train so far.
At a packed press event in New York City, the second stop of a 4-city media tour, everything erupted. After a tense stare down, Canelo suddenly lunged forward, planting a hard shove into Crawford's chest. The crowd gasped. Cameras snapped. Dana White, acting as co-promoter and mediator, leapt between the two fighters as chaos ignited on stage. What began as a civil promotion had just turned volatile. Security swarmed the platform, not just to separate the fighters, but to stop their teams from going at each other. Behind Dana White, members of both camps shoved and yelled, jostling for position. The UFC president, no stranger to violence, looked like he was trying to hold back a hurricane. And just like that, the biggest boxing event of 2025, set for September 13th at Allegiant Stadium, became more than just a fight. It became personal. But what triggered that shove? And why did things unravel so fast?
I know Turkey is in your corner,
I promise you.
But look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No,
It's supposed to be just another press conference. The second of 4 scheduled stops to promote what is being billed as the biggest fight in years. A super fight airing exclusively on Netflix, live and without added cost. The mood had been tense but professional. That is, until the face-off. Crawford stepped in close. No fear, no backpedaling. Their eyes locked, barely inches apart. For a moment, it looked like another typical stare-down. Intense, sure, but expected. Then suddenly, Canelo snapped. With no warning, Canelo drove a powerful shove straight into Crawford's chest, knocking him slightly off balance. Crawford didn't flinch. Instead, he smiled, almost like he'd expected it, maybe even wanted it. But behind that cool demeanor, the scene was anything but calm. Security immediately closed in. Dana White rushed forward, positioning himself like a human shield between two fighters capable of delivering lethal blows. As the crowd roared, the real threat came from the background. Trainers, cornermen, and entourage members from both camps began pushing and shouting, nearly causing a full-scale melee on stage. It took several minutes for tensions to cool. Eventually, Canelo and Crawford were brought back to finish the face-off, but this time, Dana White refused to move from between them. There would be no repeat. Not yet, anyway. But that explosive moment wasn't born on stage. It was brewing long before they ever stepped into New York. The true spark might have been lit days earlier during a rooftop interview that has since gone viral, featuring Canelo, Dana White, Tom Brady, and Shaquille O'Neal. In a setting meant to build excitement, Canelo took the first real swing, not with his fists, but with his words. He looked Crawford dead in the eye and asked bluntly, "Name the elite fighter you've beaten." It was a moment of pure psychological warfare, calm, cutting, and strategic. Crawford, unfazed, answered with names like Ricky Burns and Victor Postel, both former champions, but not exactly legends. Critics immediately pounced. In that brief exchange, Canelo had seemingly backed Crawford into a rhetorical corner. Then Canelo doubled down, declaring that Errol Spence was Crawford's only real win, dismissing the rest of his resume as inflated by hype. To many, it felt like Canelo was borrowing a page out of Errol Spence's own playbook. The same tactics used before Crawford demolished him last year. Still, Crawford didn't bite. He kept his composure, but the damage may have already been done. In the public's eye, Canelo had scored the first major psychological victory. But if you thought Bud would stay silent forever, you haven't been paying attention. When the fighters returned to the stage for the press conference, the mood was charged. Crawford, still calm, had something to say, and this time he made it count. Standing in front of a sea of cameras, Crawford fired off a line that echoed across social media within minutes.
I'm hunting him. That's it. I'm hunting everything that he got. And I'm going to take it come September 13th.
The only running I'll be doing is running upside his head. And he got a big head too. Fans erupted. Within hours, clips flooded Twitter and TikTok. Some said Crawford just won the press tour. Others called it the best clapback of the entire face-off campaign so far. But not everyone was impressed. Critics claim that while the line was clever, Crawford still failed to defend his legacy. He didn't seize the moment to list his accomplishments or confront Canelo about ducking David Benavidez. He didn't bring up Spence, Sean Porter, Yuri Orcus Gamboa, or the fact that he's daring to do something Canelo himself has never done. Move up 3 weight divisions to fight for undisputed. Some fans wondered aloud, why so much respect for someone discrediting your entire career? In that moment, many believed Crawford should have let loose. Not just with jokes, but with facts. Because make no mistake, this fight isn't just about skills or belts. It's about legacy, validation, and pride on the biggest stage possible. And while the tension between the fighters is undeniable, there's another force behind the scenes raising the stakes.
I want all the people in the stands that booed me, they gonna cry when they go home. They gonna cry.
The money. While the Canelo-Crawford face-off dominated headlines for the shove, another moment at the press conference sent shockwaves through the boxing world for a different reason: money. Standing front and center between two of the sport's most iconic fighters, UFC CEO Dana White dropped a bombshell. The performance bonus for that night is going to be over 6 figures. That's not just talk. It's a massive financial incentive.
Performance bonus that night is going to be over 6 figures. We're still talking about it. So, yeah, it's going to be a big number. Whoever wins the performance bonus of the night that night.
Bigger than any bonus typically handed out in MMA. For comparison, UFC fighters traditionally receive $50,000 bonuses for Fight of the Night or standout performances. But on this night, White is promising more than double that. A figure large enough to turn heads in both boxing and MMA circles. And it's not just the bonus. This fight marks another industry first. It will stream live on Netflix at no extra cost to subscribers. In a world where premium boxing events are often locked behind steep pay-per-view walls, this one is going global, fast, free, and accessible to millions. It's the type of hybrid spectacle only Dana White could orchestrate, part boxing tradition, part UFC-style hype machine.
Go ahead.
Wow.
Cameras, controversy, drama, and now high-stakes performance incentives. Everything about this event screams next level. For fighters, it adds a new edge. Winning the fight isn't enough. Now, there's cash on the line for how you win, something that could push both men to take more risks. But for these two, it's not just about money. What's really on the line is legacy. This isn't just another title defense or belt unification. This fight is deeply personal, especially for Canelo Alvarez. September 13th, Las Vegas, Mexican Independence Day weekend. It's a sacred date for Mexican fighters, much a time when they carry not just their careers but their country's pride into the ring. Canelo knows what's at stake, and he's made it clear he's not just defending his titles, he's defending his heritage.
And I saw that press conference. Hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yo, first off. Hey, man, Crawford's selling this fight, man. Crawford's selling this fight. He's saying the right things. He not being disrespectful, but he being confident, man. And everything he's saying, I'm telling you, he truly believed that with his heart.
Former champion and analyst Tim Bradley nailed it. This isn't Canelo's biggest fight, it's his biggest event. And he's right. Canelo has faced legends. He's gone 12 rounds with Floyd Mayweather at just 23. He's outpointed Golovkin, punished Charlo, and dismantled Daniel Jacobs. The stage doesn't scare him. The lights don't blind him. But this time, the opponent is different, and so are the circumstances. Terence Crawford is coming up not 1, but 2 weight classes. That alone is historic. Few fighters in the modern era have dared to make such a leap. And he's not jumping up to face a washed-up name like he's jumping to fight the king of 168 pounds. It's a bold, dangerous move, a gamble with legacy on the line. Because if Crawford wins, he doesn't just beat Canelo, he redefines what it means to be pound-for-pound great. If he loses, critics will say he flew too close to the sun, but climbing that high comes with one unavoidable question.
He wouldn't say it if he didn't truly believe it. I know Crawford very well. He believes it, everything he's saying. Now, one thing is, if you think it's affecting Canelo Alvarez, you can forget about that. No. Canelo Alvarez been around the game a long time. He's heard this same rhetoric over and over and over and over.
As Crawford prepares to move from welterweight to super middleweight, the boxing world is asking, is this a heroic leap or a trap? Despite his achievements, Crawford has been his own biggest skeptic. In interview after interview, he's downplayed the size difference, saying, the weight doesn't matter. On the surface, it sounds brave, confident. But to insiders, it sounds like a setup. Critics have pointed out that Canelo, for all his success, White has never jumped up 3 divisions in one shot to fight an undisputed champion. He flirted with the idea of facing heavyweight king Oleksandr Usyk, but even he admitted the size gap was too much. And when it came to fighting David Benavidez, a man in his own division, Canelo hesitated, citing the weight difference. Meanwhile, Crawford is moving up 3 divisions with no tune-up, no adjustment, no safety net, just straight into the lion's den. To some, he's being too respectful, too trusting. He's letting Canelo discredit his legacy, mock his resume, and act like the underdog is unworthy of the moment. And instead of clapping back with facts, like his demolition of Spence, his knockout of Porter, or the fact that Canelo has ducked threats in his own weight class, Crawford continues to play the humble card. But in a sport like boxing, respect doesn't protect your record. And yet, despite the doubts, the shoves, and the disrespect, one truth can't be ignored.
On the streets, you and Canelo, what would it look like?
Come on, man. Y'all know what I do. I ain't got to talk about it. On the streets, I'm me against anybody. I ain't never going to say another man going to whoop me.
Canelo may have shoved him on stage. He may have mocked his resume, and Dana White may have needed to separate them like brawling pit bulls. But through it all, Terence Bud Crawford hasn't blinked. That quiet confidence has always been Crawford's greatest weapon. The same calm that had Spence unraveling, the same silence that precedes every storm. While Canelo commands the crowd and dominates headlines, Crawford stays locked in, focused on what matters most, the fight. On September 13th at Allegiant Stadium, the world will watch one of the most unique, risky, and emotionally charged boxing events in decades. Netflix will stream it live, no pay-per-view needed. Millions will tune in not just for a clash of champions, but for a clash of eras, egos, and expectations. There are no more niceties, no more respectful press conferences, not after that shove, not after that mockery. What's left is raw tension, unfiltered pride, and the weight of history pressing down on both men. When that bell rings, the talking stops, and only one man walks out with his name etched into boxing immortality. Let us know your thoughts and comments below.
Guys saying what they gonna do to him, this, that, and the third, man. Canelo ain't fazed by none of this. That's why Canelo say the same thing every press conference. You know, when you get in there, it's gonna be different. Yeah, it's gonna be different.
All right, guys. For the best updates on boxing news, moments, events, and actions, subscribe to Knockout Updates and turn on notifications to never miss out on quality content, and check out our other videos. Until next time, peace out.